Welcome to Brace Yourself, the Raw and Unfiltered Podcast. Join me as we dive into bold and authentic conversations about relationships, self-care, cultural shifts, generational cycles, and more. This podcast is your go-to for real talk and eye-opening insights, all while challenging norms and inspiring change. Tune in to explore the truths that matter most and get ready to embrace the unfiltered reality. Quick disclaimer, the content of Brace Yourself, the Raw and Unfiltered Podcast with Ariel Marie is based on my own research, knowledge, experience, and expertise. While I've read numerous books and consumed credited content on these topics, I am not a licensed professional. I am not an OBGYN. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a therapist. Okay? I'm just a woman that wants to give informative information out to those who don't know that this is valuable information. The insights and opinions shared are personal and meant for informational purposes only. Please use your discretion and consult a professional for specific advice. Hey everyone, welcome back to Brace Yourself, the Raw and Unfiltered Podcast. I'm your host, Ariel Marie, a proud Black woman who believes in shining a light on the real. Today's episode is heavy, but it needs to be talked about. We're diving into the aftermath of Trump's inauguration, which shamelessly landed on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Like, the awe and the motherfucking audacity. Why would y'all sworn this motherfucker in on Martin Luther King Day? Why? That was very disrespectful. Extremely. We're going to get into that later. And the chaos that followed ever since. It's been a lot going on. We've seen ICE crackdowns, funding freezes, and huge backlash against anything resembling diversity and inclusion. Now, y'all know I'm not about sugarcoating. That's why it's called Raw and Unfiltered. We hitting these topics head on. Immigration rates, cuts to essential services like Head Starts, housing assistance, even a pause on federal support for DEI initiatives. Y'all, this is stuff directly that impacts folks of color, the LGBTQ community, basically anyone who's marginalized. Y'all know I'm always stumble over my words. It is what it is. But before we go any further, let me say, do your homework too. Do not rely on the biased media that twists the truth. Let's look into these official sources and see what's really going on, and then draw your own conclusions. Today, I'm excited to bring my best friend, who's a proud Black lesbian woman who's got plenty to say about these issues. Before we jump into our chat, though, let's set the stage with the facts. And there's plenty of them because it's February now. First thing that happened was the ICE crackdowns and the raids. Within the first week of Trump's presidency, ICE conducted targeted enforced actions across multiple states. Many of those detained were not so dangerous as the media portrays them to be. They were regular people like construction workers, bus drivers, home caregivers, regular everyday people. The media is literally out here plastering, oh, this person had this warrant. They were wanted in this country for this. They're not showing y'all all the other people that they just picking up for no reason. That's not even no harm to this country at all. They keep saying that these raids are to keep America safe. But for many communities, it's looked like racial profiling and fear tactics. Y'all, if they take all the Mexicans away, and we love everybody. If they take all the Mexicans away, who gonna be doing the work? Who? Just ask yourself that. Funding freezes, like early proposals, threaten to cut vital programs like Head Start, which serves for low-income families. FAFSA, student aid for school, like housing assistance program, Section 8. Like, it's so much that's on play, and it's not enough uproar going up about it. Something needs to be done. It needs to be talked about more. It's because he's already been making stuff happen. This man not playing. And then, last but not least, the DEI rollbacks and everything. They wasted no time halting certain diversity training initiatives, landing Okay, let me drink this wine. It's real good, too. Labeling them divisive. Cutting DEI funds or discouraging discussions of systematic racism and LGBTQ inclusion can silence important conversations about inequality. This is an immigrant country. Whether people came here seeking liberty, forced here via slavery, or fleeing persecution, this country was literally built on immigrants. Everybody here is one, damn near. Our communities are melting pots that thrive on diversity. So how did we get to a place where deporting our neighbors is celebrated? Programs meant to uplift the underserved are threatened, and even the discussion of inclusion is framed as unpatriotic. It's very toxic, very, I don't give a fuck about nobody else, about myself. And that's what's wrong with society now. Everybody is selfish and only thinks about their home and their circle, but it's way deeper than that. I'm bringing my best friend in. I call her Dupes, but she gonna introduce herself the way she wants to share her perspective living through these times. She's not just on the sideline. She sees firsthand how these policies are unsettling in our community and in our world. Let's welcome her in, y'all.
Hey, y'all. I'm Doobie. As she said, I'm Ari's best friend. Been best friends forever, man, since Sandbox.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Whenever I think about or talk about or see anything Trump related, and unfortunately, I work at a nursing home where everybody want to, watch the news and stay up to date on politics and things of that nature. I see a lot of the different conversations and a lot of his own speeches and stand-ups, and I hear directly what comes out of his mouth. And most of the time, it's just a bunch of nothing. It's just a bunch of hate rhetoric and fear baiting and just corralling people up in order for them to be misguided and misinformed so that he can keep some type of a control over them, because he himself is also misinformed and misguided. I think what's really dangerous, aside from literally everything that he embodies, what's really dangerous about what he's doing right now is he's single-handedly peeling away the backbone of America layer by layer, and what America could have been versus what America was designed to be. The goal is to demonize some type of group so that you have somebody to be afraid of. That was what Nixon did with the drug wars. That's what, Bush did with the terrorists. And that's what he's doing now with something as simple as equality, race, and the LGBTQ community and immigrants and so on and so forth. He's stripping people from sanctioned places like schools, hospitals, and churches, and lifting those rights that these people have in order for them to just have safety. They're here for a reason. And these is places that's supposed to keep them protected. And he's still letting people run into these safe spaces and deporting people just off the strength. And right now, what a lot of people don't know is a lot of these places that they're getting deported to is rejecting these immigrants. So they end up stuck in these like camps in a way where they just basically in like large warehouses or gyms or hell, even cages. And, just looking at each other, they pissing in buckets and they just barely getting any food and water. They dirty. They get basically very minimum care, if any care at all. It's absolutely inhumane. And this is what he wanted. And this is the part that people feel like they are due because of the misinformation that's been spread across the media. As far as the DEI rollbacks, I think a lot of this is all based on just making sure we target something right now, because what he's trying to do is create a dictatorship. And if he makes sure that it looks like we have an enemy that we have to protect ourselves against, then everybody's gonna trust him. They're gonna feel like, oh yeah, we got these enemies and he did something immediately. We all had a problem with illegal immigrants. And the first thing he did was get illegal immigrants rallied up and get them out of here. And he lifted all of these sanctions and all of these different things. But what a lot of these incompetent people don't realize is that majority of things that get done is by the hands of immigrants. This country was founded by immigrants. Everything that this country has been standing for is on the backbone of immigrants. So now that you've stripped that, now things have came to a halt. Have you noticed that you haven't gotten your mail on time? It'll tell you that it's going to get here in a couple of days, but ain't nobody working. They done stripped so much stuff. All of the funding and all of the different loans. Can't nobody get on loan right now. Like she said, FAFSA is on a halt. They told the FDA not to make, in the health department, to not make any announcements, to keep everything from the public until February 1st. It was bird flu going around. He made sure that we didn't know what was going on. So when it did come out, we could just be in fear. Yet again, we have to dedicate ourselves to being dependent to the government. Because right now, a lot of us are seeing what he's doing. And a lot of us, even the ones that's voted for him, is starting to be like, okay, well, he kind of doing something stupid. He raising tariffs, taxes on imported goods. So he promised us that the eggs and all of the groceries and stuff was going to go back. The second that he got elected, the first thing he said was, that's going to be hard. If nothing else, he made it even harder by raising the tariffs by 25%. That means that when the stuff that we get from other countries, when we raise our tariffs, that means we rose the prices on them bringing shit to us, right? So now when we get stuff from them, they're going to raise the prices on the stuff that we get from them even more. So it's going to be everything finna just keep on rising. We ain't going to never get out of this deficit. If nothing else, he's dismantling the economy that Obama started. Everybody think that he had this great economy. All he did was inherit the great economy from Barack Obama. Everything didn't happen all at one time. It's not going to happen in a day. Like just because you make an executive order or you make you start passing laws or whatever, that take time. So all of the decisions and stuff that he making, yeah, it's all bad, but it's not going to start to affect us until later on. This is future decisions. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I work in a nursing home, and right now I feel like I'm being discriminated against for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but I can't do nothing about it now because he rolled back. He signed an executive order to lift the employment equal rights thing.
Yes.
So, now I don't have no right in that regard. That's dangerous. He trying to roll back gay marriage. He trying to roll back celebrating Black History Month. He trying to roll back Pride Month. He trying to roll back Juneteenth. He trying to roll back Women's Rights Month. He trying to just take us all the way back to the 50s, damn the 60s. He trying to take us as far back as he can because he feel like that was a time when the white man was at the top seniority. They was at the top of the food chain. Anything that they said, anything they wanted, it went. How? I don't know. I don't know how this happens, but somehow they've decided to feel like they at the top of the food chain and, maintain that right with force and power and manipulation and tricks and games and being able to use the system and twist it to their benefit, even by giving us rights. So it's a lot of things that we got to consider right now that, all we can rely on is community and, connection with your fellow neighbor and just, really making sure everybody within your square is safe. And, I say, buy your seeds, stock up on your little bit of tissue, get your canned goods, get your flashlights, and, just be ready for whatever comes from the repercussions of his actions. It ain't been a whole 30 days of him being officially in office, and he has already rocked the entire world with just his speeches alone, all of his decisions alone, with the things that haven't necessarily been right out, except for the ICE deportation and things of that nature, which he failed at. So they sent them all back. So I don't think he thought all of this through, but we just have to be prepared. All of the decisions that he make don't just affect specific groups; it affects all of us, and over time.
Mm-hmm.
And the schools is getting stripped of their funding, and our kids ain't gonna be able to have good education and be able to have the the accesses to technology, the different books and up to date information, accurate information. They get to see the world changing, and right now they stay a lot more advanced right now because they got to see what's really going on. And it's a scary time, but like I say, you just stay with community, and that's the best thing that you can get out of this situation. We can't turn hands back. He here now, so he can't do it again. So thank God for that. But we can have all of our theories, we can have all of our, our fears, but we just got to know what all we going to do. about it at the end of the day. Just take action and be aware, pay attention, listen, and communicate, educate yourselves. And even if you can take the time, or if you have the time, educate each other, hold each other accountable, and, stay informed.
Definitely stay informed. My best friend just spilled a lot of wisdom onto y'all brains and into y'all ears. I hope y'all listen to every bit of it, because it was some real shit to hear. Now, you went over everything, but I do want to ask you just a few more things. So, housing assistance is a lifeline. Can you talk about what happens to marginalized folks if the government slashes the funding?
Well, I mean, we already got a big issue with homelessness and hunger as is. And with, the housing market going up as it is, and them cutting funding that people already just on a shoestring budget, a lot of us is one paycheck off from homelessness already. You know what I'm saying? So it's already hard. You slicing that, all you're doing is creating a hobble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ends up becoming just like a grove of depression and crime, and
in my opinion, I think that's what the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
like
that's
a
the
whole
point.
bunch of crime.
That's the point.
To
That's the point.
happen.
If you get crime, you get a reason to. All he has is fear. He has nothing good to offer us. So all he can give you is something to be afraid of, so that you can depend on him. He's a failed businessman with a lot of talk, and somehow he's managed to stay within these circles of money and influence. And they all believe him. They back him. They feel like he's the perfect village idiot. And I think that all he is just a face, because there's a lot of people that's behind him that's genuinely like, nah, y'all starting to make a little bit too much change, and I'm starting to really have to pay for this shit, and I don't want to. And he reversed all of that. So as long as y'all got something to be scared of, you got no choice but to depend on him. Or it's a marketing tool, because I feel like it's both ways. If you scared, you know what I'm saying, you're going to lock down. You're going to buy all your guns. You know what I'm saying? You're going to buy a bunch of tissue, canned goods, all the other shit. Because all of us remember the boycott. Everybody boycotting like Lowe's, Walmart, McDonald's, all of the different food places, all of these different places getting boycotted, and they taking a beating because the economy ain't shit. So with them taking a beating, all of the rich people that's in his circle, they can't pay him like they've been paying him. These are the people that endorsed him. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that, donated to him and kept him afloat in his time. So he got to make sure they straight. And in order for me to do that, I got to scare y'all. I got to misinform y'all. I have to mislead y'all. I am not a good leader yet. I feel like I'm the best in the world. But
Let's do it again.
The best in the world. Everything's great. Everything that we're doing is great. It's going higher and higher. We make the most numbers, everything that we've ever done. And it's so stupid, because nothing that he said is true. And you can look it up right there. And it's like, you can talk to somebody and they're like, he said this. And it's like, but this is what's really happening. Did you know that what he said is the same thing that's affecting you? That you voted against your own rights. You voted against yourself. He has nothing for you. You voted for that. So, congratulations. Now we're all going to die.
Hey.
Who's that, Mikey? Mikey. Look at him.
It was a cat on my booty.
My bad. My bad.
But yeah. He came in swinging, changing shit. Like he didn't waste any time.
No.
And granted, y'all was been supposed to get this episode, but y'all got it. So well. Here it is now. Better late than never.
Yeah.
But like she said, all those places, support those that support you. We're not doing no more Ford, Lowe's, McDonald's. Yeah, I already told y'all not to do McDonald's anyways.
Starbucks,
Meta, Stanley, Amazon, Target, Walmart, just to name a few. And granted, if you is gonna go to Target, get some black owned business. Don't get nothing else.
Yeah,
because they shit probably not even about to be in the stores no more.
No.
So
solidarity,
yes,
that's what's
support
important.
Those that support you. I was literally watching this show last night, and I can't remember the name of it, but I am gonna put it in this description and on the Instagram page as well. And it was talking about the 1940s and the 1950s and how it was a community and Martin Luther King had everybody marching and everybody was out there for each other. You seen everything getting recorded. Like, this was some footage I ain't never seen in school, nothing like that. Some good ass footage playing on regular TV at that. It was late at night, but it was playing on regular TV. But of course, because it's Black History Month.
Right.
But it was a very educational and informative ass show. And I had to turn it off because I was getting a little bit mad and I needed to go to sleep. And I knew I was going to stay up if I watched it. But in this show, the signs were literally saying, do not buy from no one who will hire you.
Mm-hmm.
This was in the fucking 1950s. And we dealing with this shit in 2025. Like, this has happened before. We have to stand up. We cannot just be quiet and just allow shit. Well, shit, they got this, they got that. It's other places that got stuff. Go to Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand it's a little expensive, but go to Myers. Support those that support you. We need to take a stand.
Or support your local boosters. Listen. Okay. Support your local boosters. They ripping their stuff or whatever, but they got all the same stuff at Myers in their basement. I don't know. I'm just support your local boosters.
You can go to Neighborhood Grocery.
Yep.
That's a Black-owned community grocery store.
Yep.
On the east side. Y'all can go to Detroit Community Co-op grocery store on Woodward. It's other places to shop at. I understand, like, oh, but I get my stuff from here. We have to make a stand. We got to show them something. Because if we don't show them nothing, they just going to keep fucking us over.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, we ain't let that shit slide. That's why we at where we at today. Because of them in the 1950s. Because if it wasn't for them, we would still be where the fuck we finna head to.
Mm-hmm. That's the goal.
And I was just in my mind thinking, like, how the fuck am I about to get a whole bunch of niggas to march? Literally, like, that was what the fuck my mindset was on. Like, I'm gonna tell my friends, they gonna tell their friends and family. We about to start downtown. We gonna do something.
Hell yeah,
we need to boycott. We need to do something. They need to see us. They need to know we are not having that shit. We're not taking that. See, the issue is back then, everybody cared about each other and they had community.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew each other, even if they didn't know each other. When that shit was going on, it didn't matter if that motherfucker was a stranger. They got their ass beat. You over there wiping their face for them, giving them water, making sure they good. Community. That's what's wrong with us now. We don't stick together. That's what they wanted. And that's why the shit is so powerful the way that the fuck it is right now. Because nobody got community. Don't nobody want to stick together. Motherfuckers don't even know their neighbors no more. They don't care to know their neighbors.
It's too scary out here. You don't know who you dealing with.
Mm-mm.
That's another thing too. A lot of us is, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us mentally fucked up. And, you know, we all trying to figure it out, navigate and all that other shit. But a lot of us is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't trust my kids, my little brother and sister with nobody.
Mm-mm.
With a lot of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't. But at the same time, you know, that's why you got to have that communication and that connection with your people in your area. But you're right, best, you know. Solidarity is very important right now, more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because like back then, we ain't had no choice. That's what we had to do. And we couldn't talk to nobody else. We only could talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we was all each other had.
Literally.
And now that we done been able to be inclusive and be diverse and whatever, we got a lot of niggas that just be looking at each other like, what?
Literally. The show I was watching last night, they was showing the segregation in the restaurants and the schools and everything.
Yeah.
Talking about how a man couldn't even look at a white woman. I seen a post on Facebook the other day. It's not funny, but I just love Black people because we make our traumas, you know, funny. We just, we take our pain and we make it into something. Mm-hmm. And motherfucker was like, it's Black History Month. And I just stared this white woman down and looked at her and she gonna smile. And I'm like, bitch, no. That was funny to me. And I love all my people. I love all my people. Even if you're an evil person, I still love you because I don't give back the same energy that I'm giving.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still going to send you love because obviously that's what you need. But it was still funny at the end of the day. Happy Black History Month because I ain't say that yet. Maybe I did. But anyways, again, happy Black History Month. Be blacker than black this year. This year. Not even this month. This year. Be blacker than black this year because it's on the line.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the line. Y'all better celebrate Juneteenth like y'all ain't never celebrated that shit before. Y'all need to be hyped every day this month.
Mm-hmm.
Hype every day this month. Wear some red, some green, some black, something.
Yellow, the little yellow.
You know, something.
Yep.
Something. But let's embrace us because we have lost sight of community in us, and everybody is for themselves. Niggas don't even like being around niggas.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, I could understand why. But that's where they wanted us to be. That's where they wanted us to be at. They don't got to do nothing because we do it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to stop that. Granted, we were not given an easy start. We've never have been given an easy start. It's been hard for us for a while. And we've been trying to get better, and we always get kicked in the face, and this shit is happening again, just like it happened before.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't do nothing, we literally just gonna go back in time. It's already shit happening already.
Yeah.
Just take more pride in your community. That's all we saying. Like, stand up.
Yeah.
It might be hard to boycott these places, but do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do it.
It ain't that hard. Like, okay, let me explain. So, like, in my neighborhood, I got like a grocery. I'm blessed to have a grocery store down the street for me. I got another grocery store not but a half a mile around the corner from me. You know, so I'd rather go to them anyway because I don't know them other folks like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just staying within certain areas that you know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? You can still get the same stuff from Walmart or wherever. You can find other stuff from other places. Explore. Go to your local hardware instead of going to like
Lowe's.
Instead of Lowe's. Like you can go. I know it's somewhere out there. I know it.
There's plenty of hardware places
There's
out there.
plenty. You just ride past them because you don't know them people like that. And I understand. But no, go explore.
Them be the real ones because they've been in that business for a while.
Go to some of these small businesses and pour into your community in that regard because you never know what you pouring into community might get you. You might fuck around and be pouring into this same little hardware or whatever, and then other people start doing it, and then it starts to become a really big thing. They start to really get some money coming in. They start to get bigger, so they start getting more products. They start expanding their store. They start getting bigger stuff. You know what I'm saying? You starting to really see how you can get them same things that you used to get from Lowe's and such and such and such and such from mom and pop around the corner. You know, little Uncle Lou's, you know, little hardware, whatever, around the way. You know what I'm saying? So just try your best to do your research and take your time and before you just up and do stuff because right now we spoiled from convenience.
Yes,
we're very spoiled with
especially with Amazon. Especially with Amazon. We really overconsumption because you can just get shit at the click of the finger. And I know I already talked about that before, but I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. But if you can go to the store and get it, just go to the store and get it. Just go to the store and get it. If you can go to the store and get it, just go to the store.
Yo, they're closing down the malls, man. What the teenagers gonna go do? What they gonna go do? They don't got nowhere. They ain't got no recreational centers. They ain't got no TV shows no more. They don't got no fashion. They don't got no models for them. They ain't got no singers. They don't got no genres for them. The little teenagers, the kids, they don't got nothing. It's either they babies, Coco Melon,
or they listening to Rod Wave and Sexy Red.
Or they listening to them. And it's like they don't have no in between like we did when we was growing up. All of that stuff stopped. And it's not like
we had mindless behavior.
Yeah, like we had stuff that was targeted towards the teenagers. And it's like the stuff that's targeted towards the teenagers now is the stuff that's targeted to us. And we damn near 30.
Okay.
And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of us be feeling like, the kids they being exposed to too much stuff. I feel like they being exposed to too much realness. They don't have nothing else to watch. They don't got nothing else to see. All they seeing is baddies, this, and such and such. And I don't got no problem with baddie shows and stuff like that. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But that's for us. That's for us to be watching that mess. That's the mess that we supposed to be seeing. You know what I'm saying?
Let me just say, my best friend watched that mess.
I do.
And we listen and we don't judge. I don't watch that mess.
I only watch you with Sweets. I don't watch you in no. I only watch because she'll make me watch some clip.
I don't watch that.
I don't watch that.
I watch a lot of informative and educational shows.
I just watch anime. I
watch.
Yeah.
I ain't watched One Piece in a while.
You know what? It's been a minute because they on hiatus right now. They don't come back, I think, until like May. So We got some time. So if you
I still
you
ain't
got
caught
some
up,
time.
though. I still
So
ain't,
this is actually a good time, real quick, little sidebar. If you have not watched One Piece and you've been saying, oh, it's too many episodes. It took me 3 months of just straight One Piece. It took me 6 months of me taking breaks to watch One Piece to get caught all the way up to the 1,000 episodes. If you can watch Grey's Anatomy, Shameless, SVU, Law and Order, you can watch Dexter, you can watch all these other shows, girl. You can take your time and watch One Piece. It is a top tier. You hear me? I got it tatted on my hand, girl. It's no game. So give it your time. You got until May. Catch up. I'll see you in 1 hour.
Okay, because One Piece is a great show.
Oh,
like,
no
I
faking.
loved it.
No
Like,
faking.
my best was always obsessed with it. But then I finally started watching it a couple years ago, and I fell in love with it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I used to almost watch it every single day, but I'm gonna get back to it. I've been reading a lot and everything else. You know, I started my book club and
You just
everything.
don't know how
so.
proud I was when you was like, I watch One Piece and I like it. I'm like, oh my God.
I love me some anime. Okay,
Yes.
broaden your horizons too.
Yes.
If your horizons aren't broaden them. Watch some different shows. You don't gotta watch the Kiki Haha all the time. You ain't gotta watch the drama all the time. You can watch some anime. You can watch some Business Insider. It's so much that you can watch.
You can watch. Make sure you read. Take a minute off.
You can do yoga, anything. Just sit and do breathing techniques. It's so much that you can do.
Talk to people.
Yes, it's so much that you can do.
You ain't gotta be so hard all the time, man. Put your chest down. Relax. Breathe in and out. Calm down.
Play the game.
Relax. I understand everybody got a lot going on, but just relax. Just dap your local niggas up. What up, though? How you doing? You don't never know what nobody got going on. You be too worried. We be too worried about the wrong stuff. I'm gay, but I still, you know what I'm saying? I still kick it with, a couple of dudes or whatever. What up, though? How you doing? You all right, man? You need to cry, go and cry. Whatever the case may be, do your shit. But give people space to empathize. You know what I'm saying? Understand where people be coming from instead of you feeling like, oh well, it would make no sense because I experienced this, but it's like your experience is different from other people's experiences. That's why I say you got to be open. You got to learn how to be open. That's how you end up making this community. Open your mind, open your heart, and open your spirit. You know what I'm saying? This is the perfect time to have spiritual warfare to strengthen your spirit right now because
we're dealing with it.
We dealing with it. That's all. At some point, you know what I'm saying, when you get broken all the way down, it's, all you can do is just strengthen your spirit. That's all you left with. You know what I'm saying? You break down the money, you break down the cars, you break down your friends, your family. It's just you by yourself. And you got to deal with your spirit because that's all you really are. It's just spirit wrapped around flesh. So, you strengthen your spirit in a good way. In order for you to do that is to invest in your community. And the only way you can invest in your community is opening your heart and opening yourself to people that you would never expect yourself to. Just listen to their story, understand where they're coming from, and make sure you empathize instead of just sympathize. You got to do both of them. They got to go together. You know what I'm saying? Love is really important right now. We gotta love each other. It's, I know it's hard. You know what I'm saying? You got Pookie next door that's on some bullshit with his kids. You got Ray down the street that has shot 3 niggas. You got Grandma next door that's mad about her grass. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but at the same time, just be like, look, I'll cut your grass, Grandma. Don't worry about it. Look, man, chill out with all of that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let's play some basketball or something. You want to rob niggas, nigga? How about you do telemarketing, some shit. Come into some money. Like, just try find something else. Go legit and do the shit. Go into insurance. You want to scam niggas? Go into insurance, nigga. Be a lawyer. Do something else. Go scam niggas another way. Do something else. Pookie ain't got his kids together. That's all right. Show Pookie how to build his house up and make his kids into like a little daycare. Like make his house into a little daycare. Make his kids have all the space that they need. Show them how to buy a little slide or some shit. Like little niggas outside. Whatever. Give your man some advice. Utilize each other. Barter system. You ever heard of the barter system, nigga? You ever heard of the barter system? Nigga, we don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying?
My cousin was talking about that in the last episode. Barter. Okay, you make this, I make that. Here you go. Let's
right.
Listen, circle. Niggas need chickens in they backyard. If you got a house in Detroit
I'm finna
that
get
you
some
own,
chickens.
you need some chickens in your backyard. Because eggs is $10.
I'm finna get me some chickens. Don't worry about it.
And Detroit been passed a law. You need some chickens in your backyard.
Get you some chickens.
They will come in handy. We need our own stuff anyways. Because the stuff that they giving to us is not good. Y'all know I already said that, but we're not gonna get into that because we're talking about politics. But before I forget, like she was saying about community and investing in your community. I've literally been volunteering since the giving season, and I decided to carry that on past the giving season because I just feel like that's something that we need to be doing and something I fucking enjoy. I love it. When I go, it makes me feel great and I have a good time there. I don't even be wanting to leave. Like, but I've been going to the soup kitchen for the last few weeks, and my goal is to go every week, like once a week, because it's only for like an hour and a half to feed people dinner. So easy. But guess when I go there, guess who's there? And granted, yes, I know it's a lot of, Black people that do go and volunteer. But when I go and volunteer and feed those people at the soup kitchen, every time, the last few times I went to go volunteer, there were all white volunteers. And I'm like, okay, it's not an issue at all, but why aren't we pouring into our community either? Like, why aren't we helping each other? Because if you just go there and see what's going on in reality, in real life, how many people are going without food, how many families can't feed they children every day, and they come in there every day, like, that's heartbreaking. And they would love to see a familiar face. Then, granted, they're grateful regardless, but they would love to see a familiar face than another face.
Yeah.
They would love to see a Black face. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. Realistically, because when I go, they shining, okay?
Man.
And it's other, Black people that's there. I'm not saying it's all white, but still, like, the ones that go volunteer when I'm there, that's all that they are. And it's so easy to go volunteer. So easy. I go to the Capuchin Soup Kitchen and go volunteer. You can just go on their website. They got slots. Now, granted, I understand everybody got a busy work schedule and everything else. Monday through Friday, they got slots open from like 8 a.m. to like 5. Well, 3. Because like 8, you could do like meal prep and like breakfast. And then they have like dinner serving at like 3. And then maybe lunch on a few days at like 12. But I always go for the dinner ones. But it don't even feel like an hour. I'd be like, damn, we done already? I want to chill with them some more. Like, that's why I can't wait to go back next week. Like, I'm so excited. I was so happy when I went yesterday because I'm like, oh my God, I just want to go back. I wish I could go every day. And granted, that would be me stopping work every single day. But y'all don't even have to do what I'm doing once a week. But just once a month, once every 3 months, something. Just going and giving back and pouring into your community so you can get a sense of self. And so you can be like, okay, all right, I'm grateful. Because I always throw grateful in y'all face, but maybe y'all need to actually go see and feel something to be grateful or something. And I'm not saying to go for that reason. Y'all need to go just to invest in y'all community and just do it because it's a great thing to do. And they need us. It's been a lot more people coming into the soup kitchen after Trump announced his shit and did what he did. Because it's families that don't even have they breadwinner no more. They gone.
Mm-hmm.
They gone. It's a lot happening. And if you actually stop focusing on yourself and just your shit and look outside, you will be like, damn, it's really some shit going on. Let me do something about it. Because if we all feel like that and do something about it, the ones that are able to, we can make a difference. We can. These YNs out here, they could be the next Black Panthers.
They are. Yeah,
we just need somebody to coach them and put them on the right direction. But these YNs out here, they could be the next Black Panthers. Like, they got it.
Mm-hmm.
They got it. We need to... Hey, y'all, we're not saying this just to be saying it. We saying it so realistically and with so much heart and wisdom and love in our voices because we mean every word that we say. Like,
the urgency.
It's urgent. It's only February and he done did so much. He done did so much.
You can't hold our brown and yellow brothers and sisters against it, for a handful of people that did us wrong, because we done did a few of them wrong too.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't hold each other accountable for that because we all got one simple goal right now, just unity and making sure each other is straight, taken care of and well off. You know what I'm saying? We started to kind of get away from that because we had to start focusing on our own individual homes. But now, you know what I'm saying? We getting right back to a way where we have no choice but to ask for each other's community and ask for each other's, we need to fellowship, you know what I'm saying? And remain benevolent with each other. Us as humans, all we were designed to do was to love and populate. That was it, you know what I'm saying? Take care of. That's why we were expanded. That's why we were born with all of these different organisms and all of these different abilities. We were born with such a conscience and an ability to plan, ability to grow and communicate effectively and things of that nature, which is why we were made to procreate. We're supposed to be taking care of the land, taking care of the animals, and we throwing garbage on the garden. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to not give a fuck. It's real easy to not give a fuck. That's why I don't feel like you should be proud of not giving a fuck. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand it. That's what you was born to think. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Fuck that shit. It's nothing wrong with you feeling like that right now because that's what you was born to think. That's what you were raised to think like. But you gotta understand eventually you gonna have to give a fuck. You have to because somebody gonna give a fuck about you. And even if they don't, give a fuck about somebody else. Just still give a fuck. So I don't care about who don't care about me. If you're gonna not care about the proper thing. Don't care about what somebody think about you. Care about if they think about you in a negative way, something that's not the way that you really claim the way that you were. Think about making sure you don't offend nobody though. Making sure that you know what I'm saying, you check yourself, you're able to be talked to. Cause sometimes it might be something deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be open your mind, open your heart, and open your spirit. In order for you to, you know what I'm saying, be able to help each other and sympathize and empathize with each other. We stopped doing that for a long time.
Definitely. Everybody's about self.
Everybody for themselves. And that's just because, it's hard. But that's exactly why we need to all be together because it's hard. It's easier for us to do it all together. We stopped coming together and putting our money together and buying shit together. We're supposed to be coming together and buying these abandoned neighborhoods and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying? All these
we making our neighborhoods better and putting
that's what we supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of niggas that's good with their hands that know how to do some shit. There's niggas that's good to get the gab, that know how to make some money. We got some niggas that know how to make a house to a home. We got some bitches that know how to cook. We got some niggas that know how to cook. We got the bitches that's doing nails and doing hair. We got the niggas that's cutting hair. We got the niggas that's fixing our cars. We got the tattoo artists. We got the niggas that's the holistic bitches. We got the scent hoes. We got everybody, all these different people that you can connect with in some type of way. We need to all be able to put ourselves in one little community and just be like, all right, I need everything I need. I can go down the street for and just be able to utilize each other, speaking life and pouring life into each other. So I know what you're talented in and I pour into you as long as you make sure that you pour into me too. And it's not as far as it's not so much of an exchange, but more so of an understanding that me pouring into you is so that you can pour into the rest of the world. And that rest of the world gonna pour into you too, the rest of your community. And so, with community, everybody loving on each other. That's why they say it's better to be raised by a village anyway. We don't have villages no more. We don't trust our uncles and our aunties no more, rightfully so. I understand why not. But at the same time, that's why you create your family. A lot of us wasn't even blood family. We got a lot of aunties and uncles that's not even our blood, but they are people. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you create community. Like when we and Ari had kids, eventually, you know what I'm saying, they gonna know us as auntie and auntie.
Listen,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
your auntie
That's
over
your
there.
auntie. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of cousins that I know for damn sure ain't my cousins. If they my cousins, and I defy you to tell me they ain't. So you know what I'm saying? It go deeper than just I'm worried about myself because you worrying about yourself. That's how you worrying about the community is worrying about yourself. Because that's where you stay. That's where you lay. That's where you go. When you coming in and out, you need to know what's going on. You need to know that Miss Johnson down the street good. You need to know Miss Jackson across the street straight because they making sure you straight. Something happened in your house, somebody gonna be able to take up for you and make sure they know what's going on. Oh yeah, they don't supposed to be over there. Oh yeah, they ain't supposed to be doing that. You know what Miss Johnson did say that she needed this done. Let me make sure she's straight. Anything, and she gonna make sure you're straight. Here you go. I made a plate of food. Here goes some food. I had some extra food. Whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. We need that. It's important. Because right now,
it's a lot. And even if you don't stay in those communities, because I know it's a lot of people listening that don't even stay in in the hood or whatever you may call it. You know, you might stay in the suburbs or just in a much better place that you don't deal with that type of stuff, but still pour into those communities or just into yours, period, because it needs to happen. We need each other at this moment. It's bigger than just you. This is about us. These are real pressing concerns. The fear of uncertainty folks are feeling isn't just political talk. It's families being split up, kids missing their parents at home, entire communities wondering if their neighbors or coworkers, where they at, how they disappear. Head Start and FAFSA cuts. That directly impacts the next generation's chance to thrive. What you mean no FAFSA?
Yeah, word.
What do you mean you don't want to pay for niggas to go to school? Not even niggas. Just people, period. Education is a thing. They're taking away everything. So again, like my best said, so you can rely on them and so you can be fucked up, dumb, and not know anything. I'm gonna be raw and unfiltered. Y'all know me. So I'm gonna just say they want y'all to be stupid as fuck. They don't want these kids after us to go to school. They don't want them to learn nothing or anything else because they want to control them.
What Glow say? You don't want a good bitch, you want a stupid bitch.
Literally. How you cutting school? How you cutting money for school? What?
In Detroit, they've been closing our schools down left and right for the past 10 years, though. Ever since we all graduated, it's been schools just dropping. We done lost at least 15 schools over the past 10 years, which is crazy. It's crazy. And closing the schools down. It's crazy.
And don't even get me started on how crucial housing assistance is. For those on the edge, do you know how many people rely on housing assistance? And I know some people might have their opinions of them, just some lazy motherfuckers. They need to be working anyways, blah, blah, blah. Okay, boom, have your opinion. Overall, it's people that's on housing assistance because that's all that they can afford or get by. Because they can't work. They disabled or anything else. It's older people on housing assistance. It's disabled people on housing assistance. It's just not lazy niggas on housing assistance. So get that out your mind when you think of, fuck it, I'm happy they ain't gonna have Section 8 no more. Because it's not just about that. If you think that it's just about that, you are misinformed. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than rap, baby, okay? It's deeper than that. But it's not just about calling out the problems. We need to discuss solutions. For those wondering how to show up for the immigrants, for the Black and brown communities, for our LGBTQ plus family, support local advocacy groups that focus on immigrant rights and social justice work. Use social media responsibly to share reels, vetted information about what's happening rather than spin and just post a lot of bullshit. Stay vigilant about budgeting proposals. Okay? Call them. Listen. What we don't understand is if we don't say nothing, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck. What happens in the suburbs is everything get fixed out there. They don't never be really having no construction or nothing. Like anything that go on, it happen quick. You know why? Because them motherfuckers don't play out there. They call and they say, hey, y'all need to hurry up and fix this. It's messing up my route to work. I don't want to keep dealing with this. I got to drive around this to drive my... Guess what? They gonna hurry up and fix that shit. We don't do that. We just let them work on 8 Mile for 3 years and be okay with that shit. When if we voiced our motherfucking opinion and said, hey, y'all need to hurry the fuck up. What is y'all doing? God damn, how long do it take? You know, like, if we actually used our voices, we would be so much strong. It's so much power within the tongue. Just opening your mouth and saying something makes a difference. Saying something makes a difference. And you ain't got to talk and call the politicians. You ain't got to call the representatives. But use social media. Y'all be on social media all day. All day. Scrolling on TikTok, everything. Use social media. Boycott.
Do something.
Do something. Don't just sit and just lay there. Or be at home just chilling like, shit, it ain't got shit to do with me.
You gotta take that.
I might be black, but I ain't gay. Or I might be black, but I'm a man. Or I'm white. Or whoever. Whoever. You just think, it's not about you. This is bigger. This is about our country.
Yep. They don't care about that, though.
This is about us. And right now, it's some shit going on. It's some shit going on. And I love, like I said, I love everybody. When I say white people, don't take that in offense. I love my white people. Look, the fuck. Y'all see me? I love them. I love them. The good ones. The good ones. Because there is some bad ones out here, you know? I don't want no niggas to be on here like, see, I'm not a traitor. No. You're supposed to love everybody at the end of the day. Martin Luther King wanted all of us to come together. Ain't no white man or black man. It's just a man.
Talk your shit, best.
It's just a man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might say this, I might say that, but I'm just standing with him. Ain't no white man, ain't no black man. It's just a man. Ain't no color.
You heard what she said.
Ain't no color.
You heard what she said. I bet not make her say it again.
Okay. What we're seeing is more than politics. It's a direct threat to the foundation of what America claims to be. This episode might feel heavy, but these conversations are necessary. We can't afford to sit on the sidelines while basic human rights are being trampled. Literally, they want us to go back to the 1950s. Martin Luther King worked hard to get to where we at today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally being stripped away. These women worked hard to have women's rights. LGBTQ worked hard to have their rights.
To freedom!
Fuck. And this nigga trying to take away Juneteenth after it just got recognized not too long ago? Boy, fuck you. And make sure he hear that. Okay?
They never understand being a nigga.
Fuck. That's the wine talking, but anyway.
You heard what she said.
Fuck
and
you.
Never get being a nigga.
But thank you to my best friend for joining me in this heated conversation. We have the right, and I say the duty, to question every move that's happening from this administration. Keep asking why and who benefits. Because guess what? We don't fucking benefit. They don't give a fuck about us at the end. You think they care about your ass. They don't give a fuck about your ass. I don't give a fuck how much money you make. These niggas will let America sink to the motherfucking ground and go to a whole nother country. They go to the moon. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Unless you tied in with them, they don't care. So stop thinking that they care. They offer themselves. He's off of himself. He's a very slow baby, okay? He's very slow.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely. I don't know how people can just sit and listen to him talk. Because I get irritated.
Girl.
I get irritated. Best do his impression again one more time.
One more time. We're the best in the world. I stand here today. We won. I had the highest votes ever in the history of America. I'm the best president you've ever experienced. In my last term, they tried to cheat, and I won anyway. And that's because I'm the greatest. And so thank you guys so much, because without you guys, I'd still be the greatest. It doesn't fucking matter. You guys don't fucking matter. Fake news, and good night.
Oh my God, I love when she does impression, y'all. It's so fucking funny. When people do Trump, period, they be hitting the nose because this nigga is a character.
He ain't shit.
He's a character.
He's the village idiot.
The fuck?
That's it. They let the village idiot take the crown.
It's always more to the stories. Remember, America was built off the backs of immigrants, enslaved people, and those fleeing hardship. That's our truth. And no one, not the media, the administration, even your neighbor, can rewrite that history unless we let them. Okay? That's it for today. Brace yourself. And I'm here, shining the light on the real. Until next time, stay informed, stay resilient, and keep bracing yourself for more uncensored truth. I almost let y'all leave before leaving y'all with the quote. We had all this stuff to talk about. It ran my mind. But remember this. Voltaire said, "History never repeats itself. Man always does." Again, history never repeats itself. Man always does. With that, stay informed, stay positive, stay strong. Happy Black History Month. Be blacker than black this month.